Okay, good afternoon to you all members. I'm going to request one of you to lead us into the opening prayer and we get started. Brenda? Yes, Anzoya? Anzoya, lead us into the opening prayer.
Okay, we pray. Our Heavenly Father, Lord, we want to thank you for this beautiful afternoon. We want to thank you for this lesson. We want to thank you for the lives you have given us. And we thank you for everything. As we are going to continue with our lesson, we call you to come and be with us. We dedicate our teacher into your hand, especially the teacher who is going to teach us. We give him into your hand. Use him as your vessel, oh my God. We thank you and we worship you. As we are going to learn, give us that knowledge of understanding so that whatever we are going to learn, we will understand it. We thank you and we love you. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for leading us into that opening prayer. We are continuing with population in Africa, and I welcome you to this online lesson. It's me, Kakuru Benard, going to lead you through this session. Now, today we are going to look at factors favoring population distribution. And by show of hands, I need to know from you, what do you remember about population distribution? If you remember that, then we are good to go. Raise your hand and say something about population distribution. Yes, sports outreach. Sports outreach, unmute. Hello. Davis, talk to me. Davis? Davis?
Population
I can't hear you well. I can't hear you well.
Population distribution.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Oh, teacher.
Let me hear from outreach. Yes, outreach.
No, teacher.
Yes. Let me hear from Liam. Others, you are making too much noise. Davis, mute. Liam?
Yes, teacher. Population distribution is the number of people living in an area at a given period of time.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me pick a hand from... this is Daphne. Talk to us.
Okay, sir. Now I'm asking for the definition of the factors affecting. Sir.
No, we are looking at the definition.
Factors affect. Okay. Population distribution refers to the way people are spread over the Earth's surface in a given area and in a given period of time.
That's good. Okay. So, someone to take us through this slide. I need people now to take us through. Arvin. 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 Liam. Read what is on the slide.
Yes. Introduction. As already defined, population distribution is the number of people in a place at a given time. There are many factors favoring population distribution as shown below.
Okay, so we want to look at those factors. So before we go to those factors, need some members to briefly talk about those factors that are enabling or that favor population distribution. Yes, you see hands from Lynn Pop. Lynn Pop. Lynn Pop.
Teacher?
Yes.
You're hearing me. Teacher, my network is not nice.
But I can hear you now. Give us some of the factors.
Angie?
Give us some of the factors. That one is not. Noreen? Noreen? Noreen?
There.
Noreen? Noreen? Some of these factors?
Due to improved technology in some areas.
Okay. Patricia? Some of the factors, Patricia?
Yeah, we have high birth rate.
Oh. Mute. Rona?
Areas with a high population have a high density.
Come again. Maureen? 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 Let me hear from Mark. Mark?
Economic activities.
Yes, talk about them.
Where some people move to places which have let's say higher job opportunities and accessibility to some of the basic needs.
Okay, so let's dive into all these factors. One of them is to do with the nature of the vegetation. This can either be easily cleared, like savanna for agriculture and settlement, or it is not easy to clear. For example, tropical rainforests with hardwood. So this means that places which have clear or places which have vegetation that is easy to clear, they will attract a dense settlement, unlike those places which are hard to clear. Secondly, we have nature of landscape. If a place is very steep, don't expect many people to inhabit that place. But if it is gently sloping, it is flat, many people will be attracted to settle in that place. For example, if we look at such places, this is savanna vegetation. This can attract many people to settle in that place. But then look at such a place. People cannot settle in such forests because the trees are not easy to clear, first of all, to set up homesteads, roads, and the rest. Look at such a landscape. How will you construct on such a landscape? It is not easy to construct on such a landscape. Not easy at all. So people prefer gentle sloping areas and flat lands, unlike the rugged landscape. Now look at this is a gentle sloping landscape. So this becoming a gentle sloping landscape, you see it has attracted settlement there. You see there are homes, there are farmlands, and the rest. So we need really to consider a gentle sloping landscape and flat lands for settlement. Okay. In the chart, someone talks about climate. You need to bring a point and explained. So I need members to read what is on the next slide. Daphne, your hand is up.
So I'm giving a point.
Yes.
To elaborate more about the nature of the climate in an area, whereby the areas in Africa which receive heavy and reliable rainfall favor crop growing, hence attract population settlements like such as southeast Nigeria. On the other hand, yeah.
That's very good. That's very good. So we are going to the next slide, and I'm going to request Mariam to take on the coming slide. So Mariam, you're on the next slide. So you're going to read for us a moment. Mariam, take on this slide. Mariam?
Women fertility rate. Possibility of the number of children to be born by a woman in her reproductive lifetime. Climatic conditions, either being conducive for settlement like tropical, equatorial, or harsh conditions like desert.
Okay, so if we talk of the women fertility rate, we are looking at how many children a woman is going to produce in her lifetime. Some women can produce 20. Another one can produce 2. Another one can produce 1, or another one is infertile, something like that. So at the top right corner here, there is a video. I'm going to play it slightly. You watch it, and later we can share some lessons from it. Okay, let me share sound as well.
Top 10 African countries with the highest birth rate. Hello explorers, welcome back to another exciting video and thanks for watching. In this video, we shall be taking a look at the top 10 African countries with the highest birth rate. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent. At about 3.3 million kilometers square, including adjacent islands, it covers 6% of Earth's total surface and 20% of its land area. With a population of about 1.3 billion people, Africa accounts for about 16% of the world's population. It contains 54 fully recognized countries, 9 territories, and 2 facto independent states with a limited or no recognition. Africa's average population.
Can we type in the chat? Yes, we can see your screen. Type in the chat if you can see my screen and the sound is clear. Type in the chat, yes. Okay, that is enough. Let's continue.
Top 10 African countries with the highest birth rate. Hello explorers, welcome back to another exciting video and thanks for watching. In this video, we shall be taking a look at the top 10 African countries with the highest birth rate. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent. At about 3.3 million kilometers square, including adjacent islands, it covers 6% of Earth's total surface and 20% of its land area. With a population of about 1.3 billion people, Africa accounts for about 16% of the world's population. It contains 54 fully recognized countries, 9 territories, and 2 facto independent states with a limited or no recognition. Africa's average population is the youngest amongst all the continents. The median age in 2012 was 19.7, when the worldwide median age was 30.4, and this is highly as a result of the high birth rate in Africa. given Africa has the highest birth rate in the world. Fertility rate and birth rate are both used to determine the replacement rate of a country and are both factors in determining the development of countries. Fertility rate is the average number of children born by women of childbearing age, while birth rate is the number of live births per 1,000 of the population each year. Europe, Ireland, and France have the highest fertility rates, which stands at 1.98 and 1.85 children per woman respectively, while the United States averages 1.88 children per woman. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn notifications so you do not miss any of our videos. With that said, here are the top 10 countries in Africa with the highest birth rates. Number 10. Burkina Faso. Birth rate 5.2 per woman. Burkina Faso is a landlocked nation in West Africa that is bordered by Ivory Coast, Togo, Ghana, Benin, Niger, and Mali. Burkina is a rapidly growing country with an estimated 2020 population of about 20.9 million and a surface area of 272,967 km square, which makes Burkina the 59th most populous country in the world. The current birth rate for Burkina Faso in 2020 is 37.2 births per thousand people, a 1.22% decline from 2019. The total fertility rate has decreased from 6.9 children born to the average woman in 1990 down to 5.2, even though this number is still very high, making it the 10th country in Africa with the highest birth rate. Number 9. Gambia. Birth rate 5.5 per woman. Officially the Republic of Gambia, Gambia is a small country in West Africa along the Gambian River, surrounded by Senegal and a short bit of the Atlantic coastline. The Gambia is the smallest country on mainland Africa. The estimated 2020 population is 2.42 million and its surface area is 10,689 square kilometers, with a population density of 176 people per square kilometer. Despite having very little land area, the Gambia's population continues to grow due to a high fertility rate. The fertility rate of the Gambia currently stands at 5.5 births per woman, meaning one birth every 4 minutes. This can be attributed to the culture of the people as they believe in large families, and even though low fertility rates are curbing down this rate in recent times. Number 8. Nigeria. Birth rate 5.6 per woman. Nigeria, officially known as the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is a country that is located on the western coast of Africa. The country features 36 states and its federal capital is Abuja. As of 2020, the estimated population of the country is over 206 million.
So members, that video is a bit long. It is covering around 11 minutes. We shall come back to it when we are done with other factors, but it is basically, we are looking at women fertility rate in Africa, those countries which have high birth rates in Africa. So we shall continue to explore more about that video. I see Lynn Pop hand is up, yes?
There is drainage.
Yes, talk about it.
Places which are well drained are good for settlement, especially the highland areas, and places which are poorly drained are not good for settlement.
That's wonderful. Sports outreach. Your hand is down. Okay. Next, let's look at this video shortly, and then we proceed.
Africa has the world's highest fertility rates, with none of its countries leading the fertility charts across the globe. Welcome to Tunacheki, and today we present the top 10 African countries with the highest fertility rates. Remember to subscribe and ring the notification, and has a fertility rate of over 6 children.
I think, sorry about that, we had watched that. Let's move to political atmosphere and economic activities. Someone take us through this slide. Who is ready to take? Yes, sports outreach? No, Liam.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Political atmosphere. Either being politically stable, attracting population, or war-torn areas being sparsely inhabited. Economic activities. Either having viable trade and employment opportunities, attracting people in an area, all non-economical, forcing people to seek for better standards of living.
Yes. So when we have countries that are politically stable, we shall have high population there. But countries which are having wars, don't expect population to grow in that area. Then areas which have economic activities, they are prone to trade and employment opportunities. Many people will tend to go to those places, and in turn, it will get into high population. But then those places which have no economic activities, people won't stay there because their standards of living can't match with that place. Therefore, one of the factors favoring population distribution. Someone take on this slide. Davis. Benjamin. Benjamin?
Yes, transportation, recreation, it is attracting many people. Yes.
Go on.
Yes.
Go on.
Social service delivery, either well served with education, health, banking, transportation, recreation, and so on, attracting many people or having limited stroke none to meet the increasing demand.
Okay. Then open surface water. Go on.
Should I read?
Yes, go on.
Open surface water, either having rivers and lakes, attracting many people or having few water sources or none having sources.
Your network is breaking. Your network is breaking. Let's hear from Mark. Mark.
Open surface water, either having diverse rivers and lakes, attracting many people, or having few water sources, or none having sparse population.
Okay. So whenever we talk of open surface water, areas that have at least rivers or they have lakes, you will find that people tend to settle near these drainage features. Unlike those places which have few water sources, they will have sparse population. That is what we can say about open surface water. Then going forward, we look at mortality rate. Who is taking us through the mortality rate? I will pick Marvin. Marvin, are you on? Marvin is far. Brenda?
Yes, teacher.
Take on this slide.
Mortality rate. Yeah. Mortality rate, either having a low death rate, implying high population due to high life, 78 expectancy and immunity against disease, or having a high death rate, implying low life expectancy, thus low population.
Yes. So mortality rate, you will find that some countries have a high life expectancy rate. Like you find that most people, if they are to die, they die at the age of 78. And even some countries, you find that they have a low life expectancy rate. They die early. So those who have high life expectancy rate expect high population. And for those who have low life expectancy rate, expect also low population. I see some hands are up. Maybe they have something to inquire. Davis, you have something to inquire?
I was going to talk about the large mineral deposits.
Yes, talk about them.
Countries
Talk about
with
them.
Countries with large mineral deposits and mining centers attract large numbers of job seekers.
That is true. Unlike others. Okay. Let me hear from Outreach. Outreach, your hand is up. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Who is taking it on? Someone take on this slide. Yes, bracing. 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 Your network is unstable. Maureen Gift. Maureen Gift.
Yes, teacher, are you hearing me?
Yes, take it on.
Morbidity or disease prevalence,
Mm.
either free from disease vectors with low sickness, level attracting population, or being prone to disease vectors, compelling people to move to new areas leaving the former non-inhabited.
Okay, thank you. Now, you find that some places are really having vectors. For example, you have always heard of sassafras in the Miombo woodlands of Tanzania. That place always has sparse population. But those places which are not having disease vectors, they are attracting a large population because few people will fall sick. That's what it means here. I see a hand is up. That is, let me pick a hand from Patricia. 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 Philemon.
Yes, teacher, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You have a point?
I raised my hand so as I could read what the other girl had read, but it's okay.
Okay, you read this one.
Soil fertility, either having deep, fertile, cultivatable soils favoring agriculture and settlement, or very infertile sandy soils limiting cultivation, which is the basic livelihood of most people on the continent.
Yes, thank you. Remember, we are looking at Africa as a continent. Areas which have fertile soils have attracted many people, hence high population. Then those places which are infertile or which are containing infertile sandy soils, they are limiting cultivation. Thus, low people are in that place. Remember, we are looking at population distribution. You find this place has many people, the other place has few people, has a low population. We are looking at those factors that bring about that. So basically, soil fertility is also a factor. Someone else take on these 2 points. Gift. Mute. I mean unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are loud and clear.
Yes, extensive land,
Yes.
either free and not inhabited, thus attracting people, or already inhabited by wild animals, other humans, and vegetated. Migratory patterns, either undergoing RAM, RRM, UUM, immigration, and URM, hence causing variation in population.
Okay, mute. Now I'm going to request you to go on internet and search about these ones in full. RUM, RRM, UUM, and URM. Go and search them, so that in the next lesson, you come when you know very well these ones. Is that okay? Note them. Migratory patterns. I want you to go and find about them. So those places which have extensive free land that is not inhabited, it is attracting it is attracting a lot of people to settle there. Unlike those places which have limited land, because people have nowhere to stay. Maybe what they are doing of recent, they are doing those storage houses, or call them the skyscrapers and the rest. Someone to take on this slide. It's about government policy, and I will put peak ratio. Is it Rachel or Raquel? Yahoo?
Government policy.
Yes.
Either supporting high birth rates together with RUM, URM, RRM, UUM, immigration and immigration, or limiting immigration. RRM, RUM, URM, UUM, and regulating number of children to be born.
Thank you. Now, the next slide is for Rebecca. Rebecca, keep your hand up. So government policy, where you find that some government policies are encouraging people either to produce, or you find some government policies are encouraging people to produce more children as they can, but then other policies are limiting. For example, in UK, you may not give birth to more than one child, or you may not give birth more than two children. So such policies, they are favoring population distribution. There are factors behind why such a place has high population, why the other place has less population. Factors limiting we have government policies of limiting people coming into the country. You will find that some places have less population. Now you see in Uganda, we are encouraging very many migrants. People are coming as also refugees in some parts. Now, as of recent, I hear Afghanistans are in the country. We had refugees from Sudan. We have refugees from Congo. Very many people are coming into the country. So you find that some places have high population. Then even those ones who are coming who are coming for jobs, we have very many Indians in the country. Come to Kampala here, you will find that there are very many Indians with shops and the rest. These ones are also increasing population in the country. Remember, they have given birth within the country. Something like that. So Rebecca, you are coming next. Take it on. Rebecca. Narsiva, unmute. If you are not ready, Peter, take it on. Peter. Take it on.
Teacher, I just want to say some point.
Go on, and later you take on your slide.
Like, what about urbanization?
Of course. Yes, urbanization is also right. Maybe if you want to throw a hint about it.
Like in
you want to throw more hint?
Yes. In urban areas, there are very many people are very well. There are very few people.
Your point is not all that clear. Rebecca, can you hear me? Rebecca? Are you able to speak? Claire and Ben, one of you should read natural occurrence, another one read religion. Claire and Ben, unmute.
Natural occurrence either prone to floods, earthquakes.
What is You're a bit breaking. Mariam, take it on.
Natural occurrences, either being prone to floods, earthquakes, landslides, mud flows, drought and famine, hence discouraging settlement, or being free from such calamities, hence encouraging settlement. Religion, either promoting polygamy and unlimited childbearing or supporting monogamy.
Okay. So natural occurrences, places which are facing landslides. Now in Uganda, talk of Bududa area. Now go to Kasese. So such natural occurrences, they are causing some places to lose their population and then others gaining more people. Such things. Then religion, you are well aware that Muslims encourage polygamy, but Christians discourage that. So places which encourage more of polygamy, population is likely to grow on a high rate compared to those which are encouraging monogamy. Melissa, your hand is up. Say something. Melissa, have you got it?
No, actually, I wanted to read the slide.
Okay, you read next. You read next. And here we go. Take it on. Take it on, Melissa. Melissa.
Okay. Accessibility, either it is very accessible with reliable transport and communication networks and social service delivery, hence attracting settlement, or very remote, causing fear among the population.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. So accessibility, whenever we talk of accessibility, we are looking at the communication and transport networks, as well as the social services. You will find that places which have good communication networks, talk of roads, talk of electricity, hospitals, schools, these places have a bigger population compared to those places which have less accessibility. You know, places which are remote have no high population compared to these places which you can say urban towns, something like that. So these are this is one of the factors favoring population distribution in Africa. Next slide. Someone talk about historical factors. Make sure you haven't spoken. Martha.
Yes, sir.
Take it on.
Historical activities. Either areas engaged in slave trade, long distance trade, or any other that might have compelled people to move away for those less affected and benefited, especially towns and collection centers like the East African and the West African coasts, hence having dense population.
Yes, now I'm sure you are aware of slave trade and long distance from your history of East Africa. You know what slave trade is, the countries that were more affected with slave trade. So when it comes to such historical activities, now when you go to countries like Liberia, these are countries which just received slaves as the people to start this country. So we have places where many people were picked as slave trades. I mean, as slaves, these people were picked from these countries or these places. They remained with less population. And where these slaves were taken, these places have high population, something like that. I see a hand from Fear. Fear, what do you have to say? Fear? Fear. Fear, you can't unmute. Mose. Mose.
Yes, teacher. What about the cultural practice?
Such as?
Like polygamy.
That's when we have looked at it. We have looked at it in religion. Let me pick a hand from Marvin. What do you have to say? Marvin? Marvin? Mariam?
So I just want to add a point.
Go on. You're welcome.
Soils. The more fertile the soils are, the more crops they can support, and the greater the number of the people in the region.
Yes. Yes. Can you repeat that point? Where? Repeat it. Repeat it.
I said, the more fertile the soils are, the more crops they can support, and the greater the number of people in the region.
Okay. Arvin, your hand is up. Can hear from you, Arvin.
I just put it up to read the point that was displayed.
You read this one.
Okay, growth of ancient kingdoms, either inhibited by civilized and well-organized centralized kingdoms like the Chwezi, Bunyoro, Kitara, Kanembonu, Aite, Yoruba states, or areas inhabited by primitive sedimentary societies like the Khoisan, Vamba, Kajongo, and Bakonjo.
Yes.
etc.
Yes. So growth of ancient kingdoms. You are aware that those kingdoms which were outstanding in the past, they have high population. Whenever we talk of the Chwezi, Banyoro, Chitara, you know that we have many people that are surrounding these kingdoms. Come to Buganda. The Yoruba, when you talk of the Yoruba, this one is in Nigeria, and it has very many people in this area. Then we also have areas like the Khoisans of South Africa, the Bakonjo, these ones are in Uganda, you are aware. The Batwa, these ones are in the on the Wenzhou mountain slopes. So those are main factors that are favoring population distribution in Africa. Let's see the way and life of the Batwa in their area. So let's watch this video briefly, then we can continue with the lesson.
For most of their history, the Batwa people have been known for their good gathering and hunting skills, rich culture and unique body stature. They lived in harmony with nature as nomadic hunter-gatherers who had managed to develop unique hunting and trapping skills well suited for their forest habitats. For years, these people, who call themselves the first people, would live off their profound knowledge of these forests to harvest honey, fruits and herbs to use in case of sickness. The Batwa are also credited for being the first people in western Uganda to use projectiles like arrows for hunting. With the need to conserve forests and animal species therein, such as the gorillas, especially in the southwestern districts of Chisoro, Kabale and Rubanda. Many of the Batwa were kicked out of their habitats and forced to adapt to the lifestyles of the people in neighboring communities, a task that would prove to be a hard one. Mixing the hunter-gatherer Batwa with their neighbors, who are mostly sedentary agriculturists, has proved to be quite challenging and tedious for these people. Pushing the Batwa into urban centers has also led to a sharp increase in drug and alcohol abuse among their members. The Batwa here are also struggling with the issue of housing, and many can't be seen doing whatever it takes to make a meal.
The biggest challenge I have is where to sleep, because you can see this house. Sometimes when it rains, I fail to sleep in with my wife.
For the youthful ones, it's the music and dance here that gives them the solace they seek.
aho batarya mu bugari mbere ku mugere umwe wa vatre arara uyu mwana ararenze nibwo nagiye mu wicaye ndi umwana mutoya niza amasori ndi umwana mutoya nibwo nagaruciye iwacu Buganda nsanga n'amahoro nibwo nasanze bagenzi.
A few kilometers away from Chisoro town towards Gahinga forest, another group of Batwa is doing something different with their lives. This group, the Tree Phone holding a meeting, has been empowered by the Chisoro District Tourism Board, and they help guide tourists on what they call the Batwa Cultural Trail. Although the gorillas and the golden monkeys are the main tourism attraction in Chisoro District, the Batwa have also been incorporated into the district's tourism attractions.
This has improved the tourism in Chisoro. When you look at Mugainga Gola National Park, we used to have few activities. We used to have mountain hiking, bird watching, golden monkey. But now the statistics indicate that on top, after Gola trekking, Batwa Trail and golden monkeys are emerging the second best activities.
This move, which offers the Batwa a suitable livelihood, has also complemented them with life skills by teaching them how to save and how to provide for their families.
I want these diggers of Batwa Trail to end up with something that is valuable, like land, so that when in the future when I die, my children can know that this land was obtained from Batwa Trail project. Sometimes we get food and we settle and we give families.
The project aims at helping the whole community, starting with the few who are directly employed by the project.
The 12 entertainers and the 6 guides, that will be the first lot of benefits. So if we are giving, for instance, land, we shall first settle these ones, but we shall not be limited when the benefits accrue.
It is at the foothills of Mount Muhavura and Gahinga that the Batwa initially settled, but now it has become an expedition route led by the Batwa people, guiding tourists who come to have a feel of how their life was when they were still living in the forest. For them now, life is all about transformation and trying to get somewhere they can finally settle and also create a life and a community.
Okay, so members, let's see how we can conclude our lesson. Today, basically, we have looked at factors favoring population distribution in Africa. Now, to conclude, we have looked at points like nature of vegetation, nature of landscape, women fertility, climatic conditions, political atmosphere, economic activities, social service delivery, open surface water, mortality rate, morbidity, or disease prevalence. So I need someone to read for us other factors we looked at. Mose?
The religion, accessibility, historical activity, growth of Asian kingdoms, the cultural practices, government policies, natural occurrences, soil fertility, excessive land, and so on. So, hello, teacher.
Yes, so those are some of the factors we can say that they are favoring population distribution in Africa. I can see some hands are up. I don't know whether you have questions. If you have questions, put them up and then we go. Sports outreach. Sports outreach. What do you have to say?
Teacher, I just wanted to read the work.
Oh, next time, sorry. And we are almost done. Luis, please, if I ask you to unmute, do so in time.
I'm just asking, like how can you explain the point of accessibility?
Oh, you were not there?
I was not there.
Okay, it is here. Can you read? Can you read?
Accessibility.
Yes.
Either it's very accessible with reliable transport and communication networks and social service delivery has attracting settlement, or very remote, causing fear among the population.
Okay, hopefully you are now sorted. Rebecca, your hand is up. Say something. Rebecca. Mose, your hand is up. Say something.
Sorry, I forgot to lower it.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Your hand is up.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay, members, thank you for listening and for your active participation. This has been an engaging lesson. Catch you another time. So I will put the notes in the Google Classroom. Go there and access them. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for the teacher.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye
Have a
too.
good day.
Thank you.
For the lesson.
Yes, my power has
Are you
gone
putting the
here,
notes on Google
but
Classroom?
at least you can see me. Yes, I'm putting the notes on Google Classroom.
Teacher, what time is the General Assembly?
The assembly is going to happen at exactly 3:30 today.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Teacher, the link.
The link is going to be shared in the group and in the Google Classroom.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Teacher, you